almost feel like being called Post Malone's drunk uncle's a compliment.
First of all, I might call an album Post Malone's Drunk Uncle one day. I would just like to meet him first to get that clear, but if the Post, call me Post. I want to talk to you about dropping an album called Post Malone's Drunk Uncle. I want you to do the intro, but I don't want you to rap or sing. I just want you to talk. My name is Jelly Roll. I am from Nashville, Tennessee. I grew up in Antioch, Tennessee, which is right outside of Nashville, Tennessee. It's like the South Nashville area. And it was just, dude, it was awesome. It was a very multicultural neighborhood, but it was in the South, so it had a lot of real Southern roots to it. And of course, it was in the country music capital, so it was a lot of music, a lot of time. I never wanted to do anything but music. I think whenever I was in like third grade, they asked what you want to be, and kids wrote it down. And my mother showed it to me. It was the first grade. And I had wrote rapper. Like all these other kids were like firefighter and stuff like this. And I was like, I want to be a rapper. That's what I want to be. My brother, Scott DeFord, had got like the Tupac cross on his chest. You remember that cross Tupac always had? And he tattooed it on his chest or something. I just remember being like, that's awesome. Yeah, it was definitely the first time I was exposed to one in real life, but we were always the kids who would go down on family vacation and do the hennas or the stickies and, you know, always kind of like fancied ourselves that way too. I think it was like a white trash cultural thing for us, you know, like then as you got older, everybody had not only tattoos, but bad tattoos. And there were some tattoo artists in some living room, every party, tattooing somebody underage, you know? I don't remember if I was 15 or 16, but a lady in my neighborhood named V, Mama V, we called her, Veda Newcomb, had passed away of AIDS. She had died of HIV. And she was like all of our mamas, you know, to a degree. Like it was kind of like how my mama was. Like everybody's mama was everybody's mama, kind of. That makes sense, you know? And I got R.I.P. Mama V tattooed on my shoulder. It was nothing but kitchen magicians with us. I'm telling you, dude, I don't think I got a professional tattoo done until I was in my 30s. Oh, listen, man, my father was so against tattoos, but he was cool with it. He got with it eventually.
Like right away, you didn't get in trouble.
No, well, I was already in trouble, so to speak, you know. The average 15-year-old ain't getting tattoos in kitchens anyways, right? So I was already, you know, definitely road less traveled kind of kid. I think a tattoo was very low on the barometer of trouble in my household. My tattoo plan was sticky note style. Like I was pretty sleeved, you know, before I was 18. So I think I had a face tattoo right around 18. So yeah, we were just, you know, it was more of like, it was a cultural thing. It was what was happening where we were, you know? Full disclosure, I think it was some stoner shit. Like you get a tattoo here, right? Or here, wherever I got whatever, in whatever order it happened. And every day you go, well, shit, man. And you get one here. And next thing you know, you're just fucking playing tit for tat. You're just doing the balancing game, you know? At least that's how it worked for me. I'm sure everybody else has a way less white trashy story about their tattoos. But mine is just like, dude, we just, you know, yeah, then you just start being like, well, I'm gonna hit that wrist, I need to hit that wrist. And if you've ever been on a music tour, tattoos are insane. There's somebody tattooing every night, except for they're real people now, thank God. But they're coming and doing flashbangers on the crew because everybody got drunk and was like, we should all get orange juice bottles on us. And then everybody goes and gets an orange juice bottle on them because we tripped acid and that was the theme, you know? I used to notice people noticing me because of my tattoos way more 10 years ago than you do today, you know? But you still notice it happening, especially in some of the circles we walk now, you know. Some of the neighborhoods I'm in now I wasn't previously allowed in, so definitely get a little second gander. Having people notice me for my tattoos never bothered me, and I never feel like we were just always fucking, you know, if we were outside of our bubble, motherfuckers looked at us anyways, right? I don't know if it was the tattoos or the wife beaters or the dirty shoes or, you know, the dreadlocks or the braids or, you know, or the gold teeth. We were just getting stared at weird anywhere that wasn't home anyways. Then you go home and everybody looks like you know, so you're like, oh, I don't know, are they wrong or are we wrong? You know what I'm saying? I jumped off the face tattoo cliff rather early. I did it small at first. I think it was like the little cross and a couple of in one of the tiers, the blue tier. I feel like once you hit the knuckles, you signed out. Once you do the hands and the neck, that's my argument with people. They're like, oh, we can't do our face, but they'll be literally tattooed from like throat line down. You know what I'm saying? And hands, sub knuckles cover, like not doing my face. I'm like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Why stop there? You know, you're. You know, and I also don't think it's going to matter. I think in 20 years, people with face tattoos are going to be running Fortune 500 companies, you know? It's getting to the point now where the new rebels are going to be the people who never get tattooed. I never thought I would be around long enough to catch on both sides of the tattoo trend, but I've had them that fucking long. I caught for getting face tattoos early because, like, oh my God, your face tattoos. Now everybody has face tattoos. And on the second side of the tattoo era, I catch it now because some guy will troll me on Twitter and be like, look at Post Malone's drunk uncle. And I'm like, first of all, I'm a huge Post fan. But I had face tattoos when he was pooping green. You know what I'm saying? Like, I caught shit on both sides now. Some kid on a skateboard stops me. Look like a fat Post Malone. It's like, fuck me. Well, I knew that it was music or bust for me anyways. So I might have subconsciously got the face tattoos just in confidence. That was like, I'm either going to be in and out of the penal system or making music the rest of my life. Like, that's just what I knew would be the case. You know what I mean? I regret almost every tattoo I've got, for sure. These are all bad tattoos, man. I seen some of these guns getting made out of cassette tape players in jail. I have an unfinished Jesus hanging off the cross on my back. And it's so bad, my wife thought it was Elvis Presley. That's how bad it is. It was a pick and poke, and it was brutal, and I just couldn't take it. And I gave up on it really fast. No, but luckily, I'm fat and never take my shirt off anyways, so nobody ever sees it. But I'll never forget, I was walking to the bathroom one night, chest puffed out like I was peacocking, just having a great night with my wife, and she looks at me and goes, hey, turn around. Is that Elvis on your back? No, Jesus. Though very close, it's Jesus. Here's my advice to people. Find a good artist. Start there. Find a good artist. That simple. And let that come up with a vision and do it all with that person. I am often facetious about how many of my tattoos I regret, but it's more in satire than anything. I appreciate everything I got. And I do remember where I was in my life when I got them all. Some of them are less fun to explain, but that's the hardest part of having a tattoo that had a questionable moment, right, in your life when you're like, yeah, I don't remember when I want to explain that one to you. But no, I definitely appreciate everything I've done. I wouldn't take any of them back. I wouldn't not do it. I just do it smarter. I think that's how we do everything, right? You know, honey buns, you know, the obvious, you know, but yeah, but somewhere in that list of things, I did it a little different. The way I've approached this was great for the memories. I wish I'd have done what my smart friends did and had a memory arm or a memory leg. You know what I'm saying? And that's their memory leg, where mine's just all memories. Most of them, in hindsight, at that period of my life, wasn't great ones, because I was making horrible decisions every day outside of just tattoos. So you look down, but I like some of my newer tattoos. I think are the ones that I love, because I actually, you know, it's weird enough. I have Music Man tattooed on my forehead, and my wife has Married a Music Man. But I thought about it. I love that tattoo, as corny as it looks, because it's a true representation of who I am and who I'll be the rest of my life. Where some of these tattoos are a representation of who I was when I was inmate 0364950. Right? But that's cool too, though, because it's constant humility. Plus, dude, listen, you're not my friend if you don't have a bad tattoo on you, man. If you're all good tattooed, you didn't fuck up enough in life for me. I think there's a balance. You've got to have bad tattoos and good tattoos, and make sure the good tattoos are visible and the bad tattoos are not so much. Y'all are welcome, y'all. This is a seminar. I should take this tour on the road and teach the youth.